The FNAF community at this point are masters of tearing a game to shreds to find all its lore secrets. Into the Pit is out, and the community has once again gotten busy finding every Easter egg and secret, but there are definitely some things we're missing. Here is every mystery left so far in Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit. I've been scouring many videos and Reddit threads, but I may have missed some. If there are more mysteries I've missed, point them out in the comments. And if any of these mysteries have answers that have been discovered already, definitely leave them there too. Spoiler disclaimer for this whole video, you have been warned. Starting off with minigame mysteries. Oswald can find parts to fix the arcade machines at Jeff's throughout the whole world, and some of them are hiding secrets. Number 1. What is going on with the Balloon Boy Collect the Hats minigame? In the spirit of FNAF 3 minigames, Balloon Boy can glitch through a wall and find Purple Guy dangling a sixth hat like a carrot on a string that you need to catch in time without falling into a pit. Rytos posited in their recent video this could be hinting at a sixth MCI victim, and some people think it looks like he's wearing a mask because the pixels on his face are a different shade. Number 2, before you can play any of the minigames, even before the pit creature comes out, Oswald can interact with the arcades in the past and notes that GGY holds the high score on all of these, except presumably Pizza Roller, which is held by Mike. Is this just an Easter egg? Did Gregory as GGY travel into the past and get the high scores? Are there multiple GGYs? We don't know. Number 3, in the Rescue the Children minigame, there are only 4 children. So many other numbers would make more sense. 5, 6, 7 dead kids would all make sense, but why are there only 4? Maybe this minigame isn't representing the MCI or other known murders, but just Oswald rescuing the 4 kids in this game. Number 4, Buff Helpy is canon, but why on earth is Helpy around in 1985? We first saw Helpy in Pizzeria Simulator, which takes place decades later. Was this just an Easter egg for Buff Helpy enjoyers? Or does that mean the character of Helpy has been around far longer than we thought? And finally, there are 3 secret minigames that tell the story of other Fazbear Fright stories. In one of them, the Fetch minigame, the game says "See you" at the end, just like at the end of the Fetch story. After beating Into the Pit and the credits roll, Mega Cat Studios also says "See you." This could be hinting at another Mega Cat Studios game about Fetch, especially since Scott said he would like to see a Fetch game in the future. But the motif of "See you" is present in other areas of this game. After repairing each arcade cabinet, this binary text briefly flashes on the screen, which translated says "always watching." Also, in the sketchbook given to you by Gabrielle, someone has written, "Remember the dark eyes are watching." Finally, the broken ball pit sign that says "do not use" breaks apart to say "do you not see," which could be significant because in the books, the sign says "keep out" instead. When Oswald pulls his dad out of the ball pit in the books, his dad said, "That thing is a public safety issue, just sticking up a sign that says keep out isn't enough." Now let's move on to mysteries from the main gameplay segments. When you open the attic, there's a chance for this Freddy mask to fall out. Some people think it might mean Oswald's dad is one of the bullies from the FNAF 4 bite. What do you think? At school, the chalkboard is full of incorrect numbers and lots of 5s. Many people think this is a code or riddle in some way, but so far I haven't seen anyone who's solved it. You can call a secret number 7774648 and get a secret audio of William Afton laughing and being spring-locked. This was found in the game files, and we do not yet know the intended way to find this phone number. Separately, why is William Afton laughing beforehand? My interpretation of the FNAF 3 Follow Me minigames was always that he was panicked beforehand, but maybe he was hysterically laughing instead. In order to get the 3-star ending, you need to spend a substantial amount of time at the candy machine spamming it to get a minigame. Usually Oswald says, 25 cents for candy, I could eat candy for the rest of my life. Mom wouldn't like that though. But at other times, the text box will say, candy, candy, candy. Yummy, no biting. What did I say? Can you see them? Can you hear them? What else could you want? With no name attributed. There may be more lines as well that I didn't get in my million times spamming the E button at this machine. This is now our second unexplained candy machine to swindle us of money in exchange for obscure hints at lore. Who is talking here, and are they talking to Oswald or someone else? The question that strikes me is, what else could you want? Which is a lot like the question in the Fazbear Frights Into the Pit books, what do you wish for the most? The question that is supposed to have kicked off all 3 stories, including Oswald's. In order to get the 2- and 3-star endings of the game, you need to pick up this photo, described as an odd photo of 2 men inside of a strange office. Is this somewhere inside of Freddy's? Oswald says it looks pretty scratched up. The achievement photo and unused photo in the game files makes it pretty clear that this is Henry and William. This photo is dropped as Oswald tries to get himself and his dad out of the ball pit and distracts the creature just long enough for Oswald to get his bearings and land a punch. Why does this photo distract the creature? Most people don't think it's actually William in there because this suit is very unlike the Spring Bonnie suit we know he used. It's just a little too toothy and creaturey to be the same. So if it's not directly William, what connection does this creature have to William and to Henry? Or maybe it really is William in there. I certainly don't know. Before I move on to the last few questions, if this video is any good, I'd really appreciate if you give it a like. It's one of my first videos ever. And if it's got issues, let me know in the comments so I can improve. Thank you. Now we get to some of the major questions about the story as a whole, starting off with, is Oswald actually time traveling? The past and present worlds seem to affect each other in weird ways. When the door breaks in 1985, it also breaks in the present day. When you put up a paper plate doll in 1985, it all of a sudden is also hanging up in the present day. This seems like Oswald definitely did time travel then. But it's weird that if the door is broken on day 2 in 1985, it isn't broken in the real world from the start of the story. And then of course, the questions that plague us about every FNAF game since the dawn of this franchise. How many of these Easter eggs matter to the story? Is this in the same continuity as the games? Which ending is canon? I don't know. Okay, bye!